the morning with a bottle of beer and hear those racing engines roaring on by.
For 51 weeks of every year, Assen is no more than a typical quiet town in northern Holland. But for 1 week in June, it attracts 200,000 motorcycle enthusiasts from all over Europe. The serenity of this peaceful place will soon be shattered by the friendly invasion, for Assen is the home of the Dutch TT. This is probably the greatest gathering of motorcycles you'll ever see in one place and at one time.
Assen, out of all the Grandprix circuits, probably the most demanding circuit of all. It's about 5 and odd miles round, and in that 5 and odd miles you've got so many corners and big variations. You've got very, very fast corners, you've got some very sharp hairpins and some very scratchy corners. Crowd-wise, they get a bigger crowd here than a bad crowd here is about 90,000. A good one's in the region of 150.
I think some countries you go to, the crowd doesn't really participate. And at Assen, if you're sort of in the lead, or you're having a big battle even downfield, you know, the crowd sort of take a part in it, and you know that's all part of the incentive. It is for me anyway.
My fan is Agostini, and I come to Assen see him.
No, I think it's a good circuit, and safety also, I think. Organized is quite good. It's not good for money, but...
It's still raining heavily as the 500s line up. Agostini, Baker, Sheene, Coulon, Rougerie, Lucinelli, Bonera. But from the third row of the grid, it's local hero Wil Hartog who roars away. It's still Hartog as the big bikes kick up the spray. The crowd cheer on their fellow countrymen as Hartog completes the first lap out in front. Conditions are really treacherous. Giovanni Rolando is forced to take to the grass. An anxious moment as he rejoins the track. Hartog is increasing his lead. But Christian Estrosi has moved up 8 places in only 1 lap to head the challenge. The Dutch crowd urge on their countrymen. But Estrosi is a real threat. Rolando again, who still hasn't quite got it all together. Meanwhile, as the leaders mix it with the tail-enders, Estrosi has managed to get past Hartog. Behind the leaders, the big boys jostle for position. Lancivori, Sheene, Coulon, Lucinelli, Hennen and Baker. Sensation at the front. Frenchman Estrosi has cracked, putting Hartog back in the lead to the delight of the crowd. As the track begins to dry out, the pace hots up and the pack begins to close on Hartog. Into the last lap, and the Dutch crowd are willing their man to win. Sheene breaks clear from the bunch, but he's left his effort too late. The crowd goes completely wild as Hartog becomes the hero of Holland. Wil celebrates with a lap of honour. For him and the crowd, a moment of triumph, but for some, bitter disappointment.
You couldn't even ride in the wet. You go into the corner and the thing wouldn't lay down, and when it did lay down, you couldn't pick it up.
What a moment as Wil chairs second man home Barry Sheene to the winner's rostrum. Hartog, the 29-year-old farmer who's been Dutch champion 13 times, is the first Dutchman to win a 500cc Grand Prix. And to do it at Assen, on home ground, is a moment that he and the crowd will never forget.